It started with an off-the-cuff remark, but has turned into a controversy that has taken American voters by storm. In a recent interview, unacclaimed director Uwe Boll went on the record to state that if 1 million people signed a petition in support, he would never direct another film. This statement set off a firestorm of activity on the internet, and prompted the following additional comments from Boll.
I'm not a fucking retard like Michael Bay.
He continued by suggesting a pro-Boll petition, arguing that his legions of fans would quickly allow it to surpass its competitor in the race to 1 million supporters. This brings us to Decision 2008. To Boll or not to Boll? Good evening. I'm Mark Dawson, and this is Action 9 News. As you can see, the anti-Boll petition has taken an early lead, due, no doubt, to the not insignificant head start it received over its competitor. Dr. Boll, however, has cited several factors which suggest that his militant fanbase will come to his aid in the near future. For a breakdown of that fanbase, we go now to weatherman turned statistician Chip Musgrave. Chip?
Thanks, Mark. As you can see here, we've put together a list of gross earnings for Boll's past few theatrical releases. If you take this value and divide by $10, you get an approximate number of people who actually showed up to see the movie in theaters. Now you'll notice that in the span of time between House of the Dead and Blood Rain, theater attendance drops to about a fifth of its initial size. This 800,000 person decrease represents the people who learned from their mistakes. The remaining 200,000 represent the dedicated Boll fan base. We've further broken down this key 200,000 person demographic and discovered that it is composed 2% of video game journalists looking to slam Boll in their blogs, and 2% of high school students looking for an empty theater for the purpose of intercourse. The remaining 96% appear to be patients on out trips from mental institutions allowed to view these movies as some sort of sick joke. This may prove problematic for Boll's prospects because, as proven in the Florida 2000 presidential elections, retards can't vote. Back to you, Mark.
Thanks, Chip. We have with us now Graham Stark, member of Victoria-based sketch comedy troupe LoadingReadyRun, and narrator of a 2004 public service announcement with regard to Dr. Boll. Mr. Stark?
Good evening, Mark.
As I understand it, you were responsible for a public service announcement strongly denouncing Dr. Boll and encouraging viewers to boycott his films in the interest of safeguarding other beloved video game franchises. Can you offer us some comments on this current controversy?
Well, Mark, while I did express some pretty negative sentiments about Dr. Boll in my PSA, I've recently come to the realization that my opinions were somewhat skewed.
You now support Dr. Boll's filmmaking career?
Yes, in fact my previous statements didn't take into account the myriad of uses that Dr. Boll's work could be put to. It could be weaponized, or used as an implement of torture in Guantanamo Bay, for example.
So are you officially expressing your support of the pro-Boll platform?
Well, Mark, basically what I'm saying is as long as I can keep using loops of Blood Rain to scare off Jehovah's Witnesses, and providing I can keep using the opening text of Alone in the Dark instead of water torture to extract from my roommate the location of my Chronicles of Ride Dick Blu-ray, you can chalk me up as a Boll supporter. His movies do suck, though, don't get me wrong. I will just add, however, that say what you will about the man, he claims to be the only genius making movies today, which is clearly not the case, but he is the only man with the balls and the sheer detachment from reality to claim that he is. And that is not nothing, that is something.
Thank you, Mr. Stark. Well, that's all the time we have for the moment, but be sure to tune in after the break when we'll interview Dr. Boll himself to hear his thoughts on his own near-certain retirement from filmmaking.
You have to really wake up and you have to see me what I am. I'm the only genius in the whole fucking business. Goodbye.